Welcome back to the channel. How are we all doing? I know what you're thinking, guys. Oh no, is it Mallard's Pike again? Well, I am, but today's video is not about Mallard's Pike. Today's video is all about retracing my steps. The building that I've just shown you at the beginning of the video was a building I stayed at when I was at school. So when I was a teenager, I would have been about 13, 14. We stayed there and we came to Mallard's Pike and done some kayaking and canoeing, and then we walked through a tunnel. And that brings me to the purpose of the video. We're gonna go and find the tunnel. Now, I do have somebody with me today who I very much admire, and we become quite good friends. So he is a fellow YouTuber. I will introduce you to him in a second. Yeah, so here is Paul from West Country Wanderings. He has an amazing YouTube channel.
I didn't know that.
Oh, it is. I mean, I've said it before on our collab that we did at Evergorge on the Mend. It's about 3 months ago. That Paul sort of inspired me to get my own YouTube channel. And it's a great channel, so I'll put a link into the description of today's video for Paul's channel. Please do check Paul's channel out if you haven't already. It's got quite a following, haven't you, Paul?
It's been growing. It's been growing steadily. Yeah. So
it's great stuff.
About 4.5 years now.
Yeah.
I think. So yeah, it's been. I do it because, like Darren, it gets me out and about. Also, like Darren, we both openly spoke about mental health problems and that.
Absolutely.
And, we both like walking out, particularly in places like this, in nature.
It's an amazing place, isn't it? You know,
which really benefit your mental health. So that's what I continue to do, and people seem to like it. So yeah,
but it's not. Keep going, Paul.
It's not about the numbers; it's about the enjoyment of the process, really.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Yeah. I can relate to that a lot. So yeah, we're basically here. This is Mallard's Pike, and I'm sorry, I know I was only here last week and I've done a video. You're probably thinking, oh God, not again.
I've never
it's a beautiful place.
I'm from Gloucestershire and I've never been here.
Yeah, it's amazing,
I've been
isn't it?
here, but not to this.
And funnily enough, as we were driving up this morning, we literally passed one another. So yeah, this video basically is retracing my steps, like I said earlier, and Paul's going to kindly, hopefully, we'll go and find this tunnel, Paul.
We'll give it a go.
We'll give it a go. Apparently it's a bit overgrown and that, and so yeah, so onwards, guys. Let's go. Yeah, so me and Paul are a little bit disorientated, aren't we, Paul? But
there's no phone signal. Well, there isn't, but certainly with our mobile phones here. So I downloaded the map, but even with that, it can still be a little bit confusing because the path that should be there doesn't seem to be there because there's a little bit of a private housing over there and you can't cross it. Most of it is right of way access all across the forest.
That's looking promising, though, Paul.
Yeah, here we are. We're on the main road now, so we're going to go right along the main road and hopefully pick up the track of the old railway line. Down to Whitecroft, see if we can find it.
And then we can go out.
And we can go.
Bring you back in a bit, guys. Yeah, so very difficult to see there, guys, but there is a definite embankment through those trees there, running along. There's Paul there, just explaining on his video, and there would have been an overbridge there, and a line carrying on down the left-hand side of that house. So we are making progress, not in the way we'd like to, because we're walking roads, but hey, we'll get there. So we're still walking roads, guys, but we are definitely making progress. So we are looking for Moseley Tunnel. So apparently there's a couple of air shafts on that tunnel, and on the most southern one, during World War II, there was a gun station mounted on top of it. So anyway, we'll keep going and see what we can discover, guys. Yeah, so just alongside the old line here is a primitive Methodist church, and this is dated 1907. Quite a stunning building.
On the bank over there. Any ideas what this might be? Love to know your thoughts. Please drop a comment below.
Yeah, so Paul was just saying there about these humps humps. I mean, yeah. It's so our line is over there, Paul. Is that correct?
It is, yeah. By that
yeah.
tree there, where all the ferns are.
Yeah. So I'm sorry about the sun glare, guys. There's not a lot I can do about that. So our line is sort of running in just behind here, but we're sort of up on this little hill next to the road, and we've got all these mounds. But they're old, Paul, aren't they? They're not.
They're not just happening. Well,
Yeah, because obviously
I would say at least a year.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Because of the growth on them.
So we still haven't sort of found our tunnel yet, guys, but we're just going to go on, Paul. And like we were just saying, if we don't find it, the main thing is that we're out walking and enjoying this beautiful morning.
Yeah. Well, there's down there, we're looking at these humps, whatever they are. And the embankment of the railway is just over there. There's an oak tree there, all the ferns over there. You can't get into that bit, but that's the line of our mineral loop that came out of Whitecroft, or just below Whitecroft. I've forgotten the name of the junction now. I'll see if I can insert that name of the junction, which I did cover in that video when I was at the southern end of the mineral loop.
Yeah, so this is Moseley Green, guys, and our tunnel, we think, is in that direction there. Just notice there's an old derelict house here. That seems a shame. That's a doer-upper, isn't it, Paul? It is. That's definitely a big doer-upper, but what a place to live. Lived here. Wow.
And I've just noticed some railway fencing here that surrounds this abandoned cottage.
Yeah, so this is out into a proper explorer here, guys. We think we are on top of this tunnel here now. Unfortunately, it's very overgrown down in the bottom there, but we're pretty sure this would be the North Portal, Paul, yeah?
The North Portal.
The North Portal.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be able to get down there. Yeah. But I have found another path on the opposite side of the road, and hopefully that'll lead us to these air vents. Yeah, so I just picked up this path now on the opposite side of the road here, and we're gonna, I feel like Indiana Jones. Paul looks like Indiana Jones, and I feel like Indiana Jones. But we're hoping that this path will take us along to these air shafts, and also, sorry about the sun glare, guys, it's a beautiful morning, and also the southern portal. It's a shame we cannot get down to North Portal. There's a bit of private land in that as well, so it's very tricky. Well, I hope our efforts are not in vain, guys. Right, guys, so it looks like our efforts are not in vain. I can see an air shaft. I'm just coming up to the first air shaft, and apparently the second air shaft had a gun emplacement on it in the Second World War. So I'm hoping our tunnel is basically going in that direction, and we'll be able to get down, like I say, down to that south portal. So I'm so glad we now know that we are definitely in the right place. That is amazing. That is an air shaft that would have got rid of the steam, etc., out of that tunnel. Incredible. There is your air shaft. I'll see how close I can get in on this one, guys. Sorry about the sun glare, guys. There's not a lot I can do. That is massive. That is something a little bit special. A tunnel air shaft here at Moseley Tunnel. Yeah, so the air shafts, guys, they would have used that to remove the spoil out of the tunnel as well. And have this huge spoil heap here that Paul kindly pointed out. So we're going to carry on down and try and search out the south portal, hopefully. It's only about 7:15 in the morning. We started off here at 6 o'clock, well, down at Mallard's Pike, so we've got plenty of time, but we have walked a fair old distance to get here, including about a mile around the car park, but well, we got our bearings, but that's absolutely fine. So there's your first of the air shafts there, guys, and Paul's just going to tell us a little bit about how they used to remove the spoil, etc.
So this is the first of, we think, 2 air shafts. Now these air shafts probably were sunk first. Now I looked at the Sapperton tunnel, which was a canal tunnel, not a railway tunnel, and there's a line of air shafts there in Haley Wood, also here in Gloucestershire, when they constructed what was then the longest canal tunnel. And I think they've used a similar type of technique, learning from the canal navies here on this railway tunnel, which was built much later, some nearly 100 years later after that canal tunnel. And they would have sunk the 2 air shafts there and then used it to bring up all the material with buckets. They would probably have just rope and pulleys and buckets.
Just fantastic.
All that rock and salt, dumped it there near to this air shaft, and then similar one to the other one. So we'll see if we can
We'll
find
see, yeah, when we find the other one, it'd be interesting if there's another heap like that.
That's right. And then they would have connected them up. So they've done
yeah,
and then connected them up underground and then built 2.
But these were tough men, Paul, weren't they? I mean,
they had, I think that because they may have used, I don't know if it was open at the time, there was an inn at Moseley Green, so they may have camped there.
yeah.
They had a hard drinking reputation, the canal and railway navies. Yeah, very much so. But they were, then they didn't live long because of the nature. It was very, very hard labour, and of course you can imagine breathing all the dust and God knows what else in underground, what else they come across. Yeah, and all the action. There was no health and safety then.
Absolutely incredible people, weren't they, Paul?
They certainly were.
So guys, I'm not too sure exactly how far that would have been, but it's not that far. 150 metres or so, I suppose. I'm not sure, but here we have our second of the air shafts here, and apparently this one had a gun emplacement on the top. Could have been anti-aircraft, but also Paul pointed out it's right next to this road here as well. There's our radar tunnel back in that direction. And this is the second of our shafts here, and we're just hoping now, because they'd probably be pretty much laid out the same distance from each portal and the same gaps between each air duct, air shaft I should say. Sorry about the sun glare, guys. That's a bit better shot for you there, guys. The sun is very difficult today. You've got to always have the sun behind you when you're filming. This is where Paul's videos are much better than mine. He already works that out, and I just click the button. Feel your face is full of sun glare, so I am sorry about that, guys. But this is really interesting. Like I said, we're going to head on now if we can, try and find the portal. Right, good,
We've
guys.
just found a set of steps down to the portal. Now I'm wondering if these steps were put in, perhaps, if that was a signal box, would these steps have been put in for signal man?
Yeah.
Because often tunnel portals don't have steps going down to the front of them because they don't need them. But often tunnel portals don't have signal boxes right in the front of them. But that does look like the case of what we get here in the forest. That's amazing.
These are these steps here, guys. We just discovered these steps. And like Paul was just explaining, I don't really want to repeat what he's just said, but because my microphone's clipped to me, and Paul is a very quietly spoken man.
Did you want me to say it again?
You're all right, Paul. Yeah, and it's amazingly, there's these steps that are leading you down.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of buildings there. You reckon they're signal boxes, Paul?
I think, well, it goes to the steps, goes right to the box, doesn't it?
That's incredible, isn't it? I feel a little bit, I don't like heights, and I'm stood on here and I'm thinking I either need to go back up or just get down and get on with it. My brother would be going, oh, don't be such a nappy. But yeah, like I said, Neville's very adventurous.
It's a drop
Yeah.
either side,
So Paul is just explaining, and I just want him to concentrate on these steps because there's a drop either side, and if you go either side you're going to hurt yourself, guys. It's very slippery. Paul's taking his time, as you can see, and I'm not going to film this bit as I walk down, but when I go down there, if I make it, I will spin you round and show you a picture of this southern portal. Yeah, so I'm just looking at the tunnel here, guys. Obviously it is bricked up. I am still wondering, how long do you reckon those bricks would have been there? Because it might not be the tunnel that I walked through, what I was on about earlier, Paul, when I was a kid.
I think that could have been bricked up in maybe the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
Maybe possibly 90s.
And also the bottom brick there looks a lot newer, doesn't it? So I reckon you could pass through there, and this is sort of, I'm having a bit of a flashback here.
Gate, maybe a door.
Yes, I think there was. And the keystone there dates 1871. I think that's when, is that when it opened, Paul?
Yeah.
And this building just here, you think that signal box?
Yeah, I think that's a signal box.
Yeah.
Possibly, and I think maybe this here, this one in front of us.
There's another building just there, guys.
Maybe for men working on the maintenance.
And there is our line disappearing down through there in the distance, guys.
Last time I think I got to about where my finger is.
Yeah.
It was just too bright. I couldn't get any closer to the portal. So to be able to get this close, I can't get right up to it, but I'm pretty happy with what I can see.
Yeah, and me, Paul.
I'm pleased with that.
I'm a little bit edgy because I am stood on these steps. Bit precarious, but nothing too major, but a little bit unsettling.
Do you want to just look at the camera and I don't know, you're able to look. Probably look.
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Did I look away then?
No, it's fine.
I'll keep that bit in on my video anyway. So these are the steps that we just walked down here, guys. There's a bit of a drop on the left, but either or, if you slip, you won't be slipping, Paul, would you? But it's all navigable if you are very careful. Yeah, so this is sort of on top of the portal, guys, and looking down on your railway line there. This is great though, Paul, isn't it? Because we've reached our achievement, you know.
We have, yeah.
We're well chuffed.
But we found that one.
We're well chuffed.
Yeah, that's great. And because I couldn't find it the first time I was looking for it.
No, it's Paul, you tried to find it before, didn't you? But it was so over, you walked up the other way.
Yeah.
And it was so overgrown, wasn't it? And
yeah. Just this last bit. Most of it from Whitecroft you can walk.
Yeah.
The last bit, it gets very, well, it's dryish now, but it was I think it was the winter time.
Yeah.
Too boggy.
I can imagine it. I mean, it's still water down in there now, isn't there? So, well, that's great, Paul, isn't it? Excellent. You know, we've sort of done what we wanted to do, and it's been really enjoyable. So, I think we might move on. Well, we've quite a while to walk back.
Yeah, we'll head back to the farm. Should we go on?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, we won't say where it is. We'll keep it as a secret. It's somewhere I wanted to go back a bit ago, but unfortunately I was lost as normal. But Paul did actually say I was in the right place. I just didn't hang around long enough to sort of work things out. But that's typical me. So onwards, guys. So we're just doing our Indiana Jones bit now. Back through a big forest. Just coming up to that portal. Not the portal, sorry. The second of the air shafts again. But like I said, we're going to head back, pop in our cars, a few minutes drive and go somewhere else, and we'll see you when we get there.
Car park at Mallards Pike. So we're at the Mallards Park site. There's a private bit there you can't cross. I think it's something to do with the Forestry Commission, private housing. But this bit here is the actual track bed of what was the Whitecroft Mineral Loop. That is heading in the direction of the portal of the tunnel, Moseley Green Tunnel, both portals in fact, and we think it went on an embankment and then over the main road on a bridge which is no longer there, which they Must have destroyed when the line closed. I can't remember when the line closed actually. We'll have to put it in below. So date's gone out, mate. It's pre-beaching and all that. I think it was wound down towards after the end of the Second World War, if not before.
Yeah, apparently somewhere in the forest here as well, there's they used to store munitions, didn't they? Ammunition?
In a tunnel.
In a tunnel.
Yeah, that's on the Colford.
And apparently
branch.
some open ground as well. I did see a video on it the other week. I think it was or Ron.
Yes.
I think it was Ron.
The tunnel
Parkinson's
that they
Walks.
stored the munitions on is actually on the line. There was Colford had 2 railway lines, both independent. One was like a branch of this 7 and Y, like this is on. But there was another line from Colford to Monmouth in Wales, and that had a tunnel on it, and they stored munitions there in the Second World War.
Thanks for that, Paul.
That's all right, no problem.
So, guys, we have changed location, and Paul is here. Where are we, Paul? We're
in Lydney Harbour. We're about 2 miles to the south of the town of Lydney, Forest of Dean town, which has got heaps and heaps of history. So Lydney Harbour is actually on the River Severn, and people that watch my channel will be very familiar. Well, actually, Darren, you've done some videos. You've done the Severn Estuary.
Yeah. Done little bits and bobs,
and I've done the hot wire. I walked it from the source to the sea. But this connects the town. The coal came down from the Forest of Dean, so where we've seen the coal mines, and it was freighted down this canal, down into the River Severn, and then it would have gone down further down to the Bristol Channel. And some of it would have gone up. Some would have gone into the Stroudwater Canal. Some gone up Gloucester, and then up into the navigable set up to Worcester. So so this was a really important canal. There was another canal in Lydney which is called Pinnock's Canal, which is a lot less known. There are little bits of it around which took the canal a little bit further, the canal a little bit further, but of course the railways in the area took all that out.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But this is still used for leisure now, but we can go on down there to have a look.
Yeah, let's go and have a look, Paul.
A bit to see actually.
I'll spin you round, guys, and show you this beautiful swing bridge here. So this is the swing bridge here at Lydney Harbour, guys. Paul's just been explaining to you about the sort of bits and bobs about the canal. This looks a stunning place here, Paul. Fantastic.
We're on the Lydney Canal, which connects the town of Lydney, which is 2 miles north that way. Of course, Dean Forest in that area. It's got its own railway station on the main line. And as the crow flies, I don't know, but you have to, of course, you can't cross it, so you have to go all the way around.
So what did you say that the power station there was?
Berkeley Nuclear Power Station. It's decommissioned now, but it's now a nuclear science laboratory there. So
right.
A lot of research and stuff.
And this is Lydney Sandbanks, yeah?
Lydney Sandbanks, yeah.
And then, I don't know if this camera will pick it up,
Oldbury.
So you've got Oldbury Power Station.
And the bridges.
And then the 2 bridges in line with each other. And like I said, I will try and zoom in, guys, and see whether I can get it. So that's on full zoom, guys. You might be able to pick out the 2 bridges in front of us there. And then we've got these stones here. I don't think they're ancient stones, Paul,
no,
are they?
We haven't arrived at the Forest of Dean Stonehenge.
No, it's not. there's no Stonehenge in the Forest of Dean, guys. But yeah, we're gonna have a little wander down.
Do you mind?
Down here. Yeah, so we're just looking at these stones here, guys, and if anybody knows what, because some of them are sort of, they've got markings on.
South, it's north, south, east, and west.
Oh, north, south, east, and west. Well, Paul's worked it out.
South, so this says.
Yeah. It is not the miniature Stonehenge, or like Paul said, it is not the Forest of Dean Stonehenge by any means, but it is here and it's a thing. That's the thing.
It's a stone compass.
A stone compass. There we go.
I think that's what it is.
Fantastic. It's a lovely area here, I must admit. Lovely little area. Yeah, so guys, this stone here has got these 3 holes drilled in, and it's like a compass bearing. So if you look through this one here at Oldbury, you've got 7 putchers and the Severn Bridge. And actually, if you peer through, I'll try it on this camera, the Severn Bridge will be right in your view by eye. So yeah, clever thing, guys. Yeah, so guys, Paul's just been explaining to me, we're actually on another railway line here, Paul.
So it's kind of, so this is part of the Severn and Y. So earlier on in the video we were looking at the tunnel, which was the mineral loop of the Severn and Wye, and this is a continuation. So it ends, the Severn and Wye kind of ends at Lydney Junction where it meets the main line between Gloucester and Chepstow, but this was a branch going south from that, continue on down to the River Severn, 2 miles south of that, paralleling the canal.
The canal, which is just to the left there, Paul, isn't it? And then
it is.
So this is actually a line. We've done a lot of railways lately.
But yeah, further down.
Oh, there's some more of that thing there. Yeah, yeah. There's also, while we're here, another one of these quite clever sort of what they call, Paul, sort of viewing. Yeah, sort of very sort of clever. And it's a nice little place here, guys.
Look at the water in the Severn here. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at the tide. Like a whirlpool.
Yeah, it's incredible, powerful tide here on the Severn, guys.
Direction.
Yeah.
See, the water should be going down, because it's down to the sea, but look, it's going up.
It's going up, yeah. Incredible,
and it's
isn't
going
it?
around in a circle. It's a dangerous river.
Oh, very, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to get caught out there, that's for certain. You'd end up down by Sand Point in the Bristol Channel.
Lydney Harbour here was actually done up a couple of years ago. There's a cafe over there. I think we might be heading for that in a moment to finish our video. I love this old photograph. It was taken on an Easter Sunday in 1940. You see everybody, the workers out enjoying their Easter break, and this fantastic ship here from Falmouth. I think it was called the Ailey, I think that's what it says. And you've got these two buildings, one there and one there. They were sadly destroyed, but look at this. You can see they were reconstructed. You can see exactly where that location is today from this amazing old photograph. There is so much detail in that photograph. Just absolutely love it. And here, of course, you can see the layout of the railway tracks. You can see the coal turntable there that would have turned the trucks around after they had tipped all the coal into the ships below in the canal, and then heading out into the River Severn and then on into the sea.
Fantastic locks down here, guys, at the harbour here. That in that direction is looking out towards the River Severn, old Sabrina, and that is another lock there, and there's another lock just there, guys. It's a really nice pretty place down here. And like I said, never been here before. I did try and come down here at one point. I got very confused as to where I was parking, but I was actually right next to where I needed to be. Anyway, guys, I think it's time for a coffee. Well, guys, what a fantastic place, Lydney Harbour. Just sat here now. Paul's just gone to get a coffee, bless him. It's been a fantastic walk out this morning, discovering that tunnel and the portal. Well, we reached our objective there, didn't we? Yeah, it's been a fascinating walk around with Paul. He's so knowledgeable. I've really enjoyed it, guys. So yeah, I'll just wait for Paul to get back and we'll wrap the video up there, guys. Well, thanks for tagging along if you got this far. Obviously Paul will be doing a video on today as well, so like I said, I will drop a link to the description in the description of his channel, so please do take a look. Bring you back in a second, guys.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so that's been
we got
a successful, nice coffee here. Thanks a lot, Paul. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. So we've got coffee.
It's been a great walk, hasn't it?
This is the Lydney Harbour there. I think it's called Hips.
Yeah.
It's open most days, I think. So
Yeah.
I have used it before, It's a great place here to chill out and look at the canal.
End the video.
Video and then end the video as well. Yeah. So yeah, we hope you've enjoyed it. We've got two. The reason I'm looking from there, if I'm looking away from this camera and looking at that one, is because we've got two cameras going on at the moment. So
we're basically doing the same ending to the video, Paul, aren't we?
Recording it all at the same time.
So you're going to see the same ending, basically.
Yeah, it will be exactly the same.
But what an achievement, I think, Paul, to eventually find that portal, that safe portal. I really enjoyed that bit. I got to be honest. That was a tick off the box, really, wasn't it? Because I know you couldn't get to it last time either.
That's right. Yeah.
And then obviously to end up here, and you'd never been to Mallard's Pike before either, have you?
That was the first to me, and I was nice to get there early to see that mist.
Beautiful place, really is.
And yeah, that was terrific to see that. Yeah, really, really good.
Fantastic. I've really enjoyed this, Paul.
Yeah,
we really have. We will have to do one on the Mendip, so definitely.
Yeah, I will return to the Mendips with you, and you can take me down. Well, did you say the place was called Charterhouse?
Well, it's not far from Charterhouse, so it'd be Pretty Minories or Pretty Minories, however you want to pronounce it. But the actual operating place there was St Cuthbert's.
Right.
So it's not far from Stockhill Wood, so we'll park there and we'll just walk in.
Right.
You know, maybe another 3 months' time we'll meet up again. I can't believe it was 3 months' time since the last time.
I think we'll probably do it before.
Yeah.
If we can.
No, it's been really enjoyable, and Paul's been absolutely brilliant. His knowledge is exceptional. I mean, we didn't, you know, we did get a bit lost to start off with, but I'm used to that. If you watch my channel, you'll realise Paul's normally very good.
It's part of the adventure, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it added to it, didn't it? Just on the way back, we did find that better way back though, which was a bonus.
We were picking up the line of the track bed as well.
Anyway,
so, yeah.
So guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. I don't know what my next adventure is going to be. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you want to go, Paul, and I'll finish mine up?
Yeah, you can finish.
Yeah. So. All the best, guys. All the best from Somerset Man Walking and this man.
From me on the West Country Wanderings. We'll see you on our channels again very soon.
Yeah, great
I'll link
stuff.
to Darren's, and I'm sure you do likewise, and I'll link to one of his most recent ones as well. Check out, if you're not aware of Darren's channel, Somerset Man Walking, highly recommend checking out his channel. So I'll put a link to that in the description of mine, and yeah, he does some really good stuff, and he's not local knowledge of the Mendip. He knows the area very well. I don't know the Mendips that well, so if you want to check out the Mendips, part of the West Country, then
yeah, I've done a bit on there now. Yeah, thanks a lot, Paul.
Really good. Yeah, so check out his channel. All the best. Hope to see you all on the channels again.
Take care. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.